हेलो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वेरी गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू गाइस। आप सभी का स्वागत है बच्चों मेंटी क्विज में। सो टुडे वी हैव द क्वेश्चन ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर एनालिसिस एंड द आरसीसी पार्ट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर क्विज. So you know that guys, in this particular quiz you have to use the Menti app in which you have to apply this particular code, which is basically 388988685, right? Put this particular code in your application, you will get access to give your answer in that quiz, right? At the same time you will get your results also, right? आपको result भी मिल जाएगा बच्चों, तो आप उसे जरूर देख सकते हैं. Okay, so let's start this particular quiz with a question number 1, right? So this is the question number 1 in front of you. Please see this particular problem, guys, and give your correct answer. Which one is the correct answer? Please let me know, guys. Very nice, smaller. Okay, so in most of the cases for a given loading, maximum stress and the deflection of indeterminate structure are what? Smaller than the determinate one. क्यों बच्चों? क्योंकि उसके अंदर हमारे पास बेंडिंग स्ट्रेसेस और बेंडिंग मोमेंट which will be developed in the indeterminate structure for the same type of loading will be lesser, right, as compared to the determinate structure, as well as the deflection part will also be lesser, right? So that's why B is the correct answer for this particular problem. Let's move to the next one. Okay, next question, guys. Please be ready for this particular problem. Compatibility condition mainly governed by what? Compatibility condition mainly governed by what? Force, stress, temperature or strain? सर लिंक भेज दीजिए. यू हैव टू ज्वाइन द मेंटी. फोर्स इज द करेक्ट आंसर. फोर्स इज द करेक्ट आंसर. Force is the correct answer. Kindly go to the menti.com. You can see at the top. Okay, let me copy the link and I will share this particular link on the chat box also, right? मैं एक बार chat box पे भी बच्चों भेज देता हूं ताकि सभी बच्चे जुड़ जाए इससे, right? Just a second. Let me share this particular link in the chat box also. Okay, now you can join this. Very nice. Force is the correct answer. Compatibility condition mainly governed by what? Force. Because we know that compatibility condition is nothing else. It is the relation between the force and displacement. That's why first one is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. So those who already know their name, they can see their result. Okay. Let's move to the next one, guys. Question number 3. If you give the fast answer, then definitely you are able to get more points. Okay, now this is the question in which the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram represents effect of fixed load at all the points. Influence line diagram represents effect of moving load at influence line diagram represents effect of moving load at a specified point, not along to the moving load. Please remember this particular point. Whenever we apply the load at any location, right, like unit load or unit moment, so we need to find out the ILD for a particular type of stress function which is available at a particular point. Either it may be internal reaction, it may be support reaction, or it may be like a bending moment, shear force, and etc. right? So please remember this particular point. ILD represent the effect of moving load at a particular point where the stress function is present, whether it is like वो हो सकता है bending moment हो, shear force हो, axial force हो, या कोई support reaction हो बच्चों, right? Okay, hello Santu, how are you? अर्थमैन का स्कोर बढ़ गया जी, बहुत बढ़िया बच्चों। ये पहली बार क्विज मैं भी करा रहा हूँ, है ना, मैंने भी आज तक इसे ऑपरेट नहीं करा है, पहली बार आप लोगों के लिए कर रहा हूँ। लेट्स सी, है ना, हाउ इट वर्क्स एक्चुअली। ओके, लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 4। ओके, बी रेडी। If a member of a truss is in compression, then what will be the direction of force that it will apply to the joints? What should be the direction of force that it will apply to the joint? Outward, inward, depends on case, no force will be there. Very nice. It should be inward, right? Let us suppose this is your support. So our compression force at this particular joint should be inward like this, right? So that's why B is the correct answer for this particular problem. Let's see the result. Who is scoring more right now? Santosh. Very nice. Santosh, you have high score, right? Santosh का score बड़ा? हाँ जी, संतोष टॉप पे. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, let's move to the next question, guys. Next question. Be ready for this problem. If you want to join this particular Menti session, guys, please go to the menti.com and use this particular code, right? Go to the menti.com and use this particular code which is written at the top. Okay, you can see here. आप ऊपर देख सकते हैं बच्चों, ये menti.com में जाना है और ये कोड को अप्लाई करना है. You will get the access for this particular quiz. Identify the correct statement of the following for the degree of freedom. 2 for pin jointed plane frame, 4 for rigid jointed plane frame, 6 for pin jointed space frame and 3, देखो यार ट्रैप हो गए इसमें काफी बच्चे, right? The answer is A. You need to understand how many degree of freedom will be there for a pin joint, right? If it is a pin joint on a plane frame, we have 2 degree of freedom, which is delta x and delta y. But if it is 3D pin jointed truss, right? Or you can say that 3D truss, so you may have 3 degree of freedom, which is delta x, delta y and delta z, right? Not 6, right? Similarly, in case of rigid jointed plane frame, we have 3 degree of freedom, delta x, delta y and theta z. But in case of 3D rigid jointed space frame, 6 degree of freedom, right? That's why first one is the correct answer. Okay, first one is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. अच्छा, उसके पहले देख लेते हैं स्कोर किसका बड़ा भाई. Okay, the same score is there, right? Next question, guys, in front of you. Be ready. If you give quick answer, you will get more score. Which assumption is not valid for the analysis of truss? Give your answer. Which assumption is not valid for analysis of truss? Which assumption is not valid for analysis of truss? Kindly join www.menti.com. Very nice guys. I think दो बच्चों ने सही आंसर दिया, right? The cross sectional area of all members are same, right? Okay, so you know that guys, the cross sectional area should not be same or it may be different also, right? ऐसा mandatory नहीं है कि यार आपके पास area same ही होना चाहिए. It can be different also, right? So C is the correct answer for this particular problem because this is not the correct assumption in case of truss analysis, right? Now, okay, let's move to the next question, guys. 2180. Okay, Tony Stark. बहुत बढ़िया जी. Next one. Be ready. Which of the following methods of structure analysis is a force method? Tell me, guys. Which of the following method of the structure analysis is a force method? Very simple question, right? Because in menti.com we have some restriction. We are not able to put some special characters or special symbols, right? That's why you have some simple question over here also, right? Okay. So none of the above is the correct answer, because we know that, guys, slope deflection method, stiffness matrix method, and moment distribution method are not the force method. They are displacement method. That's why the correct answer is D. D सही आंसर होगा बच्चों. So who has scored more? Now Santosh again at the top. Next question. बहुत बढ़िया संतोष. Calculate the distribution factor of moment at joint B for the span BA for the frame shown in figure. EA is same for all the member, right? You need to tell me what should be the distribution factor for BA member. Distribution factor for BA member. Okay, let's see. Very nice. All of you have given the correct answer, 0, because the far end is free. If far end is free, stiffness is 0. If stiffness is 0, distribution factor is 0. Very nice. So let's see who has given the answer correctly and quickly. अब कौन टॉप पे आ गया? संतोष again. Okay, very nice. Let's move to the next question. Let's move to the next question. After this, I think after 10th question, we will have the question of RCC also, right? Which one of the following statements is correct? The number of unknowns to be determined in the flexibility matrix method is equal to how much? The number of unknowns to be determined in the flexibility matrix method is equal to how much? Star, you have to go to the menti.com and then use this particular code which is written at the top. Okay, use this particular code. You have to go on www.menti.com. Okay. Yes, static indeterminacy is the correct answer. Let me give the code, give this particular link to other student also, right? Once again, मैं एक बार वापस से दे देता हूँ बच्चों. Okay, so that they can join this particular session. Let me share this particular link again. Kindly join this particular link and apply this particular code. इस कोड को अप्लाई करिए बच्चे. You have to use this particular code. Okay. Okay, so you know that, guys, flexibility matrix method is nothing as it is a force method. If it is a force method, then we know that the main unknowns are static intimacy. That means the total number of reactions which is not known to us, that will become our main redundant. आप ये बोल सकते हो कि यार वो हमारे मेन अननोन्स बन जाएंगे, या फिर हम बोल सकते हैं मेन रिडंडेंट रिएक्शंस होंगी जो कि हमारे लिए फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी मैट्रिक्स मेथड में यूज करी जाती है, राइट? ओके, now let's move to the next question, guys. Let's move to the next question. Wait a second, let me show you the result once again. What is the result? Okay, Santosh has given the correct answer earlier. In जल्दी दे दिया उसने आंसर, ठीक है. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 10. The influence line diagram for bending moment at a section in a cantilever is a triangle extending between the section and the. Okay, let's see. So basically D is the correct answer. You know that guys, this is a let us suppose this is a cantilever beam. Okay, so this particular end is fixed and this one is free. Now let us suppose if we take a section over here and we are trying to draw an ILD for bending moment at this particular section. So if you give the rotation, then what will happen? This particular part will try to bend like this, right? So the maximum ordinate will occur at the free end and zero ordinate will be there at the fixed end, right? Are you getting a point? And the second thing, our ILD will be present in between this particular section and the free end, right? That's why you can read the option over here. Unsupported end, let me read it completely. So the influence line diagram for bending moment at a section in a cantilever is a triangle which is extending between the section and the unsupported end with the maximum ordinate at the unsupported end or at the free end, right? Okay, let's see the result once again, then we'll move to the next question, which is okay. सिर्फ आयुष का आंसर सही था, चलो बहुत बढ़िया. Okay, let's move to the next question. More and more number of students are coming. In case of working stress method of design, the design load is what? The design load is what? The characteristic load. The characteristic load with appropriate partial safety factor. The working load with appropriate partial factor of safety. D, the greatest of B and C above. That means option number 2 and option number 3 का greater जो value. Okay. Let's see guys. Yes, definitely it is characteristic load. In case of working stress method, we need to use the characteristic load as our design load. But in case of LSM method, we need to multiply it by partial factor of safety with characteristic load so that we will get our design load. And that's why it is the difference between the working stress method and the LSM method, right? Now let's move to the next question and let's see the result also. कौन आगे बढ़ा भाई इस बार और किसने जल्दी आंसर दिया? ब्रॉक. ओके ओके, चलो ब्रॉक की रैंकिंग ऊपर हो गई. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन गाइस, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Pre-stress loss due to friction occur. Pre-stress loss due to friction occur in post-tension member, pre-tension member, in both, none of this. Post-tension member, pre-tension member, both, or none of this. Yes, A is the correct answer. We know that guys, in case of post-tension member, we need to use the anchor and then we have to apply a cable, and ultimately what will happen when we will get the force, then there are certain friction which will be developed between the duct and the cable, and that's why some friction losses will be there in the pre-stressing condition. That's why A is the correct answer, right? A is the correct answer. Let's see the result once again. एक बार result वापस देख लेते हैं बच्चों, किसका result आगे आ रहा है भाई. Okay, संतोष अभी भी आगे है I think. चलो बहुत बढ़िया. Let's move to the next question guys. Next question. The maximum shear stress value for M40 and M50 is? Very easy question. Okay, but you may get confused also. Okay, the maximum shear stress value for M40 and M50 is? What is maximum shear stress? That is basically tau C max. That means the maximum shear strength of concrete with shear reinforcement, right? That is tau C max. Yes, D is the correct answer guys. D is the correct answer. Please remember this particular point. As per IS 456 2000, if grade of concrete is M40 and above, then you have to use 4 Newton per mm square. Excuse me. संतोष एंड ब्रॉक. ओके, अब ब्रॉक ऊपर आ जाएंगे आई थिंक. Very nice. Let's move to the next question. The section should be redesigned if the nominal shear stresses, the section should be redesigned if the nominal shear stresses. There are 4 conditions which is given to us, right? Kindly read it very carefully before putting your answer, है ना? यहाँ टाइम थोड़ा लग सकता है, but आंसर सही देना. Okay, let's see. So the correct answer is A, basically. Exceed the maximum permissible shear strength of concrete with shear reinforcement. That means if tau E value is greater than tau C max, then we have to redesign our section. If tau E value is less than tau C, then we have to provide the minimum shear reinforcement. If tau E value is greater than tau C but less than tau C max, we need to design the shear reinforcement, right? Okay guys, let's move to the next. Let's see the result once, then we'll move to the next question. अब कौन कौन ऊपर आ गए भाई? और ओके, संतोष अभी टॉप पे है. वेरी नाइस. द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ, ये ट्रैप है भाई, है ना? द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ सर्कुलर कॉलम with circular tie reinforcement shall be dash times the strength of similar column with lateral ties. देखते हैं कितने अच्छे से आंसर देते हैं. बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है, बहुत कॉमन क्वेश्चन है. वेरी कॉमन क्वेश्चन इज दिस. The strength of circular column with circular ties reinforcement shall be dash. Answer is C. Please remember this particular point. Whenever you have a circular column with helical reinforcement, then only you have to increase the strength of the column by 5%. That means our factor will be 1.05. But if you have a circular column with a circular tie, in that case, it is a normal column, right? You don't have to increase the strength of column. In that particular case, it is 1 time of the strength of similar column with the lateral tie. Are you able to understand? ये थोड़ा ट्रैप था बच्चों. ओके, ये ट्रैप क्वेश्चन था. ओके, लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Next question. The loss of pre-stress due to shrinkage of concrete is product of what? So it is basically C, modulus of elasticity of steel with the shrinkage of concrete value, right? Because we need to calculate the loss of pre-stress in the reinforcement, right? So how much pre-stress is lost, basically? How to calculate this? Just you have to multiply the modulus of elasticity of steel with the shrinkage strain value, okay? Let's see the result. कौन आगे बढ़ा? Tony Stark. One step ahead. I think नहीं, अभी नहीं आया अभी. Okay, let's move to the next question. If a beam fails in bond, then its bond strength can be increased most economically by what? By increasing the depth of the beam, or using thinner bar but more in number, using thicker bar but less in number, providing vertical strips. Providing the thinner bar, that means smaller bar but in more numbers, right? That means B is the correct answer. आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ यू हैव गिवन द करेक्ट आंसर। अब देखते हैं सबसे जल्दी किसने दिया था। सबसे जल्दी दिया था गोविंद ने, फिर उसके बाद संतोष ने, और फिर टुक टुक ने। ओके, वेरी नाइस, ब्रॉक ऊपर आ गए। ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन गाइस, नाउ वी हैव आई थिंक 3 questions, 18, 19 and 20. Eccentrically loaded column have to be designed for combined axial and what? Shear force, bending moment, torsion और creep. जल्दबाजी महंगी पड़ी। Okay, very easy question, right? Bending moment is the correct answer. Bending moment is the correct answer. Bending moment is the correct answer. So संतोष और टुक टुक ने जल्दी आंसर दिया, फिर उसके बाद अशोक ने। ओके, टोनी स्टार्क। ओके, लेट्स सी द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। बच्चों इसके अंदर न्यूमेरिकल्स वगैरह पुट करना थोड़ा टिपिकल ही है, राइट? सो दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव अ वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन, बट इफ वी solve the questions of structure and RCC, then definitely we need numericals and some symbolic representation also, like stress का symbol क्या हो, ये सब तो इसमें simple put करना पड़ता है। Okay, but no issue, we'll bring some more session in which we'll have a typical type of questions which is with respect to your examination, right? So the target mean strength of a material, that means that the value of strength of a material, what, below which not more than 50% of test results are expected to fall, right? That means target mean strength. If we talk about the characteristic strength, you have to just replace the value by 50% by 5%, है ना? 50 को हटा के 5 लग दो बस। Okay, let's move to the last question of the session. Last question of the session, and let's see who will win the war. देखते हैं भाई कौन जीतता है। The main reinforcement of the RCC slab consists of 10 mm bar at 10 centimeter spacing. If it is desired to replace 10 mm bar by 12 mm bar, then the spacing will be. You will have little bit more time in this particular question, but do it quickly, right? The last question of the session. It is desired to replace the 10 mm bar by 12 mm bars, then the spacing will be. Very nice, 14.4 centimeter, right? The correct answer is C. So let's see कौन जीता जी आपकी वॉर। तो आई थिंक मेरे को लग रहा है संतोष जीत गए होंगे, बट इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर सबसे जल्दी किसने दिया था? सबसे जल्दी गोविंद ने दिया था। बहुत बढ़िया गोविंद। ओके, तो गोविंद सेकंड पे आ गए हैं, संतोष ने टॉप किया है। वेरी नाइस संतोष, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन आपको, राइट? 10866 पॉइंट्स आपको मिले हैं। बाकी इसके नीचे गोविंद है, फिर टोनी स्टार्क है, फिर ब्रॉक है ना, फिर आई थिंक टुक टुक है, और फिर अशोक है, और ईटी है, आयुष है, और फिर नील और जेलेटन। ठीक है, सो आई होप बच्चों यू हैव एंजॉय the session today, right? Okay, so let me see if we have any other thing. Okay, that's it. Okay guys, so thank you so much for joining the session. I hope you have enjoyed the today's session. But to be true guys, in the Manti we have some restriction, like some symbolic representations. Okay, but still we'll try to take these type of session also, so that it will be little bit interactive, है ना? ये थोड़ा सा इंटरेक्टिव हो जाता है। बाकी अगर हम अदर सेशंस की बात करें तो वो भी इंटरेक्टिव ही होते हैं, बट उसमें हमें रिजल्ट्स नहीं मिल पाते हैं, मतलब डायरेक्टली रिजल्ट्स नहीं मिलते हैं, हमें खुद को एनालाइज करना पड़ता है हमने कितने सही दिए। ओके ठीक है संतु, मैं ऐसा इन्वायरमेंट का भी ले लेंगे। ओके ठीक है, ठीक है, प्लान करेंगे। ओके okay guys, so thank you so much for joining the session. Let's meet in another session, and we will discuss some other things also. Okay, so thank you so much, bye bye, take care guys, and let's meet in another session. ठीक है, चलिए।